It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the.
What's up, guys? Lance Obscure Movie Guy coming to you once again with another fun-filled, fact-filled video that you probably won't care about, but we're going to do it anyways, trying to change the world one post at a time. And if you guys have been following my Facebook page, then you'll have seen that I have been dealing with the guys over at Compelled by Schlock, where we just did Shark Month for the month of July. Every Monday we went over a different shark movie, the ins and outs, what was good about it, what was bad about it, and obviously the schlock about it. We did Jaws, we did Shark in Venice, Santa Jaws, Deep Blue Sea, and The Meg, obviously since The Meg 2 just came out. And piggybacking off of them over at Compelled by Schlock, I'm going to continue with the shark theme this month, where I'll be going over 3 more shark movies that you should be watching in lieu of mainstream media and all the other garbage that's out there right now. And the first one I want to talk about stars good old Alicia Silverstone in a Hulu original, The Requin. The Requin is a 2022 American horror thriller film written and directed by Lee Van Keet. Stranded at sea after a massive tropical storm, a woman and her injured husband fight for survival as great white sharks circle below. Starring Alicia Silverstone and James Tupper, the film was released to video on demand on January 28, 2022. The title Requin is an archaic name for the great white shark, derived from the French requin, which means shark. There's terror in paradise when Jalen and Kyle travel to a remote seaside villa in Vietnam for a romantic getaway. A torrential storm descends, reducing the villa to little more than a raft, sweeping the young couple out to sea. Suddenly another danger appears. A school of great white sharks. With her injured husband watching desperately, Jalen must battle the deadly predators alone. Now, I'm not sure if it's pronounced the Requin or the Requin. Whatever it may be, it stars Alicia Silverstone, and it wasn't a completely awful movie. My wife will disagree with you, however. She did not enjoy it as much as I did. But that being said, it was good to see Alicia Silverstone in something that was, I don't know, she hasn't been in anything that I'm well aware of for quite some time. That being said, I wouldn't say that this is a comeback of sorts, but it did get some good old-fashioned promotional material. It was done by Hulu. The production value is pretty well done. And overall, I would give it a solid 6 out of 10. Not the greatest film out there. But that's what you get when you do a movie kind of like this. Now, Alicia Silverstone, I think she was too good for this movie. And we run into that sometimes with actors. We actually touched on this, me and the guys over Compelled by Schlock, when we went over Shark in Venice, where you get an actor in that movie, Stephen Baldwin, where you get an actor that is a good actor in a subpar movie, and there seems to be a bit of back and forth between the actor themselves and the people that are working along with. And it kind of shows through in this movie. Alicia Silverstone, obviously a consummate professional and veteran actress that she is, it was very hard to tell. It's one of those things where it looks like she may be overacting, and that's because the people around her are not so good. And then there's other times where she may be underselling the acting itself because she knows she's not in a movie of particularly good value. We ran into some of that with Stephen Baldwin in Shark in Venice, where the other people try to bring themselves up to his level, and that comes across as overacting, and he tries to bring himself down to their level, and it comes off as bad acting. And there was some of that in The Requin with Alicia Silverstone. However, I will state that she is a very good actress no matter what movie she's in. You watch Clueless and you watch The Crush, you tell me that's the same person, and I'll tell you you're a liar. That being said, not a bad way to kill 90 minutes, not a completely awful movie, but there are better ones out there, which we'll move into next with The Asylum, starring another teen heartthrob, done by The Asylum, stars Joey Lawrence. Swim is a 2021 American action horror film about a family trapped inside a hurricane-flooded vacation rental home that becomes infested with a shark. They must keep going further and further up into the massive house as the water rises. The film is directed by Jared Cohn with a screenplay written by Anthony Ferrante. The Asylum production for the Tubi original stars Joey Lawrence, Jennifer Field, Andy Lauer, Brett Hargrave, Daniel Grogan, Rib Hillis, and David Hutchinson. Clearly inspired by Crawl from 2019, the sharks replaced the threat of alligators in this film. The cast are all solid in their roles despite some dubious age differences regarding their roles. Predictably, as this is a production from the Asylum, the CGI is occasionally weak, but it's not overly distracting and certainly far better than many other low-budget Shark Fest movies. So, Swim does not get much love on IMDb. It has a rating of 2.9 out of 10. However, I would say that it should be closer to 5. Still not a great movie, but not completely awful. The Asylum teamed up with Tubi to make this a Tubi original, which is where I watch most of my awesome movies that I talk about. And Joey Lawrence, again, a lot like Alicia Silverstone, not as bad of an actor as people make him out to be. However, there are some problems with the movie, obviously. Again, we find ourselves where Joey Lawrence is typically a better actor than the other people on set. He is the biggest name. But not only that, but like you have the mother that of the children where, I mean, obviously she's supposed to be I don't know if she's supposed to be a younger mother or if she's supposed to be just good looking, but you have your kids that look like they're pushing 25 years old, and the mother looks like she might be 35 years old. So it comes across as a little weird at certain points when you think about it. But the movie was done in the vein of other movies, kind of like Crawl, where you are in a closed, confined space, and a man-eating beast is chasing you while Joey Lawrence is stuck out trying to get to his family. Nonetheless, not a completely awful movie. Again, if you're into shark movies or cheesy movies, as it would be, like me and some of the other guys, then it's not a bad way to kill 90 minutes, and it's not a terrible Asylum movie. Asylum is very hit and miss with stuff, and Swim is, I wouldn't say it's a hit, but it's definitely one of their better productions. That being said, you get a lot of the typical Asylum stuff with some cheesy dialogue, bad CGI, and cheeseball deaths, and certain things like, why is she swimming out in the water? It's not even sunny outside. Clearly there's a storm coming. Why would you get in the water? Nonetheless, there is that. This last one I want to talk about, it's probably the best of the bunch, but it's very hard to find right now. It was done as a Discovery Channel original or the Learning Channel or National Geographic. I can't remember. It was a made-for-TV movie. It's based off of real-life events. Stars Josh Duhamel. 2019's Capsized. Capsized, Blood in the Water is an American biographical survival film based on the true story from 1982. It was directed by Roel Renee, with a screenplay written by Stephen David, Tim Kelly, and Jonathan Soule. The film plot centers around a small boat crew aboard a private yacht who are stranded in shark-infested waters following a storm that overturns the vessel. Debuting as the first scripted Discovery Shark Week's feature film, Capsized, Blood in the Water was released on July 31st, 2019 as an exclusive to the network's week-long yearly event. The movie was met with mixed reviews, praising its realism and special effects, while criticizing its changes to the true story. Some critics also questioned Discovery Channel's addition of the film to their schedule due to the program's usual stance on disproving that sharks are not monsters of the ocean. So as I stated, of these three movies, this is definitely the best one to watch if you can find it. It is rent to buy, I think, on Amazon Prime, but it's hard to find for free right now. However, Josh Duhamel, compelling, obviously a good actor, plays a compelling part in this movie. Again, based on the true events, as we heard, of these people. Very unfortunate. Very much a USS Indianapolis type thing. Boat gets capsized, you're stuck in the water. USS Indianapolis, ship goes down, stuck in the water. Sharks are just, they're around, whether you like them or not. But that being said, overall, the CGI, not completely terrible. The acting, pretty well done by everybody. There is some goofy deaths. The one where the guy loses his head, obviously, is probably one of my favorites. But, you know, when they say keep your hands and arms inside the ride at all times, just keep them inside the lifeboat as well. But yeah, not a terrible movie. I would give it probably a 6 out of 10, maybe a 6.5, since this is the best of the three. And maybe it's the best of the three because the story itself is a true story. It's not one of these cheeseball ones that we've been hearing about. So this actually happened, and it can actually happen again. So it's probably the most thought-provoking one where, you know, I don't know if I want to get on a boat like that. I don't know if I want to get on a boat at all, to be honest with you. I might get seasick. But there you have it. 3 more shark movies to try and capitalize and piggyback off of the guys over Compelled by Schlock for Shark Month. It is still August, so we're in the midst of summer. There was Shark Week last month. There's Shark Fest going on at Nat Geo. I think Tubi is doing their Bite Fest right now as well, so you can check out all of these crazy shark movies, except for Capsized, on their platform, plus many, many ridiculous more, plus all the ones that we talked about over there, Compelled by Shock. So, guys, like, subscribe, comment to the channel. Check me out on Facebook, Tumblr, Reddit, and obviously like and subscribe to the channel. Please share the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.